Hi, my name is Gerald Benjamin. I am the founder and the CEO of Profit Gold and ProfitDRIVE Consulting. And I wanted to put together a short video. I appreciate you coming to my website to see what we're all about. And so instead of having you go through the pages and try to discern whether or not you can obtain some value from what you see there and see if we're an actual match, I just thought I would take a few minutes, put together a YouTube video that you could take a look at and find out what we're about, how we got our start, what value we provide to the industry. And if that resonates with you, then we definitely want to speak with you further and provide you the assistance that you need. I started this is one of 9 companies. I started my first company back in 1993. I actually started Profit Gold in 2004. And it actually came from being inspired from the issues and the failures and the frustrations that I had running my other companies. I had construction companies, I had import companies and advisory companies, and while all of those things were very interesting in of themselves, I knew exactly what I was doing, we were profitable. The real issue that I ran into looking back at the first half of my career is that I wasn't efficient, and I knew it. I had a staff of over 50 people, and while they were working and going in different directions, and sales teams were out there selling product and selling services, and we were definitely able to keep the doors open, we weren't efficient at all. So I found that my days were filled with a lot of frustration in leadership. We didn't have the documentation that was necessary. So if I had a great employee, which I always had a few really good employees, and I'm sure you do too, if one of them had to leave unexpectedly, or like for instance, one of them after several years got married and moved out to another part of the country, and another one wanted to be closer to family and therefore moved to another part of the country. And those things happen. That's just a normal course of business. But when those things happened, there was always this hole in my business because I didn't have the documentation, I didn't have the leadership in place, I didn't have the things that allowed the company to be sustainable on its own. And what I mean by on its own is if the employees you had, or you currently have in your company, or are currently under your management, say you're a manager and they're currently under your management, if they were to leave tomorrow, how long would it take you, if ever, to get back up to the efficiency that you're operating with right now? See, and for me, that was a major issue. And it's something that you definitely need to think about because those things do happen. And instead of saying, well, I have a great person or I've got a great team, do you have great systems? I didn't. And it was only at a point of frustration where I finally started reaching out to consulting firms and saying, look, how do we fix this problem permanently so that I can focus on the profitability that we bring to the table, that I can focus on the value that we provide to our clients instead of always looking over my shoulder saying, is this person doing what they said they were going to do? Are we doing this as efficiently as we need to make a profit off of it? Instead of me always looking over my shoulder to that, can we systematize that so I can focus on moving forward? Which I'm sure is your same objective and probably one of the big reasons why you're watching this video right now. Well, that is what created Profit Gold in my mind. That is what created ProfitDRIVE. I wanted to create a company. Once I learned those things, and I did get that information, I did go out, I did hire consulting firms, which I am forever grateful for. They did show me what those ropes were. I was able to put the documentation together, and each one of my companies at least doubled at a minimum the profits. And that was the inspiration that said, you know, I can do this for other companies. And so I started in 2004, now 14 years ago, doing this. And that's what we do, but here's the difference. When I started Profit Gold and I started ProfitDRIVE, I wanted to make them different. I didn't want to be at a consulting firm that shows up at your place of business, hangs out for a year and a half. At the end of the day, you've burned up a bunch of your resources and the only information you have is information you can get from a book. And you're no better off than where you were before. That was one thing that I did not want to have happen for any reason at any time in my company. So we decided to take on the consulting industry from a completely different point of view. Our objective is, and this is what ProfitDRIVE is about. So if you received information from us or you received a letter from me, this is really one of the core values that we bring to industries around the world. We actually work in segments of 90 days. We believe that in over 50 industries which we work in, we can optimize a company to where they are profitable or they're able to obtain the profits they weren't able to obtain before within 90 days with our system. And the reason we say that so confidently is, and this is especially if you received a letter from me, we've researched those businesses or those industries. We've researched what it is, the value that they provide, and we research where the profits are, and we research where the profits are being lost. And we do all of that before we ever make contact with anyone. And then once we do that, we determine how can we optimize and take advantage of those profits that are being missed currently by the majority of businesses in that marketplace or in that market sector. Once we determine what that is, we systematize it. And we lay it out in a format that takes about 90 days to administer. Now, it's something that can be customized. So for your particular business, we are likely not working with your business at this point, and you're just checking us out to see if we can provide value. What we would do is we would sit down with you and we would find out what your unique challenges are. What are the issues? Is it internal with documentation? Is it internal with leadership? Is it gaining more sales? Is it gaining more market share? Whatever that aspect is what we want to hear from you. And then what we will do is we will take our program and we will customize it, knowing what we know about the industry, and deliver it to you. And when I say deliver it to you, it's not just giving you a book and giving you the information digitally of what needs to happen and what strategies need to be deployed to make it successful. We will do that. That is part of what we do. But we take it one step further, and this is what I believe truly makes us different. We will actually stake our reputation on the implementation of it and being done with that sector within 90 days. So what we're actually doing is we're coming alongside you. We're working alongside you to create an environment whereby you can capitalize on the profits that you were not capitalizing on before for whatever the reason. We will work with your staff. We will work with your marketing and whatever it is that needs to be done for 90 days only to make sure that it gets back up to speed. When we're done on day 90, we hand you the documentation, we hand you the digital files, and we've concluded our training at that point of your staff. You're now more profitable. We're out. You can go on and you can enjoy those increased profits, just like I did in the 8 companies I owned before opening Profit Gold. So that's what we're about. And the way to get started is very simple. We don't charge you to have a conversation about where you're at. In fact, you'll see on my website, there's plenty of opportunities to hit the contact us page. There's also opportunities where you can schedule an appointment directly with us. You just can click on our calendar, book a time, we'll give you a call, and at a time convenient for you, we'll come down to your facility, we'll see who you are, we'll see what you're about, we'll provide our value at that point and see where the match is. And as long as we know we can provide value, then we'll work with you, we'll work with your budget to make sure that we can give you that value within a 90-day period and get back out and go on to our next client, and you go on enjoying those profits. So that's a brief overview of what we're about. I invite you to go ahead and click on the appointment icon at the bottom of the page, or the contact us icon at the bottom of the page. Let us know, give us a call. Our number is there as well. And let's get in touch. Let's have a conversation. Let's see if we can provide value. If we determine that we can do that, then let's talk about the best way to go about it. But that's what Profit Gold is about. That's why I started this company. I'm glad you're here. And I really look forward to providing value to you at your earliest opportunity. So I look forward to speaking with you soon.